HSN, which is probably about the same amount of time you've been selling coins on TV, Mike.
It's about right.
Yeah. So we're
close, not quite 42 years, but in the 20s.
In the 20s, right.
In the high 20s.
High 20s. Did I just age you to be like 105?
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry. All right, the early find that we sort of gave you a little peek at now, we're going to take a minute to talk about.
I'll talk about the early find here in just a second. Let's talk about what this coin is. So the United States government, they kind of did some really cool stuff at the West Point Mint this year, okay? So at the West Point Mint this year, the United States Mint did some cool stuff. So they did the pennies that they released with the proof set, the reverse proof set, and then the mint set that you're going to have right there. So they took a Washington quarter, which they've never done in a West Point Mint, uncirculated West Point Mint before. And they said, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make some West Point Minted quarters, not that many, comparatively speaking. I think it's 1% of the mintage, or 1/10% of the mintage, something like that, 100th of a percent, in a tiny, tiny fraction. We're gonna make some, and we're just gonna put them into circulation. We're just gonna take them and just let people find them. The great American treasure hunt. So that's what they did. And the first one was the Lowell, Massachusetts. And we had the PCGS early find Lowell, Massachusetts.
I think
we might be sold out of those. The second coin in the set, we've not seen any West Point Mints out of that for so far. I don't know what they've done with them. I don't know how the release has gone on that, but people haven't been finding the second coin. The third coin in the set is this one. It's the Guam coin. It's what they call the War in the Pacific, is what the national park is for Guam. And if you look right here, it's an American serviceman landing in Guam in the War in the Pacific. There's a huge American memorial there. If you remember, I mean, Guam was one of the great battles of World War II, and that's what this commemorates, is what this is. But this is not just any coin. This is a West Point Minted coin. This is one of those special, needle in a haystack quarters that are out there. Now, not only is it a needle in a haystack quarter, but it's what they call early find. Now remember, you can't buy these coins individually. The only way to get these coins is to get them in circulation.
So it's a treasure hunt.
It's a treasure hunt. Literally, they called it the Great American Treasure Hunt. And so you can only get them. Now, early find means they were coins that were found within 30 days of the release of the coin.
So they're in better condition,
So
right?
they're better condition, and they're early find. So these coins will be being found for years. So look in your change, by the way. So if you're looking at, if you find a Lowell quarter or a War in the Pacific quarter, look for the West Point mint mark, the little W mint mark on there. If it has a W on it, you just found a $20 bill. I mean, you literally just found a $20 bill. There's that little W West Point mint mark right there. So look for the W, and if you find one, it's literally a $20 bill in any condition. So by the time you get it and it's been circulated for a while, it's this. So, but the thing with this is it's mint state 66. This is the highest PCGS grade that you're going to have. This is the highest PCGS grade that's even affordable. I found a Mint State 67 PCGS. I think they wanted $2,600 for it.
Oh my goodness. For
the Mint State 67. So this, at $249, population in early find is tiny. It's itty bitty teeny tiny in Mint State 66. So you've got the W West Point Mint. So this is the first time the United States government has ever done West Point Minted quarters. And of course, if you bought the Lowell quarter, and I think I had some PCGS early find Lowell quarters, I might have a few still left on hsn.com. I'm not 100% sure, but understand, first of all, you have the special release quarter, the West Point Minted quarter, not available individually. You had to find it in circulation, if you will, to be able to get that. And then, but you've got it in the highest available grade that's still reasonably affordable at Mint State 66. There's no Mint State 68s, there's no Mint State 69s, there's no Mint State 70s in the quarter that you're going to have right here. So Mint State 67 is the highest grade, thousands of dollars for that. And so Mint State 66 still exceptionally rare in terms terms of conditional rarity. The fact that you can't find it in this high of a grade, particularly with the early find designation. So if you bought the Lowell quarter from us, and we had, I think, a couple of hundred of those, and that's most of a lot of what's in existence on that. If you have the Lowell quarter, you gotta buy this to go with it. And as soon as we get, you know, quarter number 2, 4, and 5, we'll be able to put together the entire set, or you'll be able to put together the entire set. We sell them as we come across them, is ultimately what it comes down to. So that's what we're going to be able to do.
Okay, the item number is 677859, and we also have MS65 available.